Hey, I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Doing a review today for Hellfire. This is the sweatshirt that I wore. This is a new one, actually. But this is the sweatshirt that I wore in Super Hot. It's kind of a cool thing. When I first got into this, the Chili game, my mom was like, everything's so evil and dark. And now she's like, it's a cool sweatshirt. There's a bird. So here's the thing. I'm going to do a review for Hellfire, and I don't want to look, I've said this in a lot of videos. I don't care who you pray to, or if you pray at all, or if you do the positive vibe thing. The sun is just coming up. Or good vibrations or whatever, but I'm a believer. And yesterday, we lost a couple people yesterday. Steve Molesky is no longer with us. His suffering is over, and I believe, and Vicky believes, his wife, beautiful woman, believes, and his kids, that he's in a better place, and I'm going to see him one day. So, 1's in the chat for Vicky and the family. If you see a 1 in the chat, everybody, that's like that's virtual love. That's saying, I don't know you, probably never know you, but I care about you today, and I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through. It's like a hug. It's like a virtual hug, all right? So we got Steve Molesky and Brother Deej. Brother Deej, Troy Primo was in a band. Brother Deej was in it, and they were best friends. Brother Deej was in Super Hot with me, and I didn't know him really well. I felt a weird connection with him, which was strange, and he liked me, and I liked him. He was just a really good guy, and this isn't even something fun to talk about, so I'm sorry, Hellfire. Forgive me for putting this in your video, but I didn't know what to do. But we're all in the same family, so. Yesterday, he unalived himself. Okay, I'm using that term because I don't want this to be buried, this video to be buried. If I use a different term, that's what'll happen. But he unalived himself yesterday. If you are ever having that feeling, like you're wanting to check out, call somebody, call me, email me. Call somebody. All right. For the record, I was that close once. That close, and I'm not even joking. I've told the story on the boat before, on the bus before. So my heart goes out to Troy today. He called me last night. I love Troy. Troy is like he's really a good man, and it was it's hard to believe. Hard to believe. So 1's in the chat for Vicky and the family, Steve's family, and 1's in the chat. I don't know Deej's family, Brother Deej, but it's just a weird day. You go to bed and you wake up and the day is different. So my heart's broken for these people. So if you keep them in your thoughts and hearts and vibrations and good wishes and prayers or whatever you do, I appreciate that. All right, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a downer, but man, you wake up and this stuff is just so heavy on my heart right now. So you'll see. Anyway, so I got this sauce. It's ridiculous. It's not your mama's barbecue hot sauce. Anything that's not your mama's, I'm gonna dig. This is pineapple Fatalii bar. Look at the pig on that. Does that look like a hog you want at your barbecue? I'm sorry. It really is. All right, so let me read you the ingredients. I'm going to read you a couple things about this. And Merle and Diana, I didn't mean to make this a heavy video, but this is just stuff that's on my heart. And you guys love me, and I love you, and I hope you understand. All right, so pineapple Fatalii barbecue hot sauce. This is a fruit-based barbecue hot sauce with a good amount of heat, featuring pineapples, apricots, although some people say apricots. Matters not to me. Papayas, pears, Arabica is the word I was trying to say. My clutch got jammed. Arabica coffee, honey, pure maple syrup, and for heat, Fatalii peppers. Yellow 7-pot, yellow Scotch bonnet peppers, and you will love the sweetness, but you will be left feeling the heat of the yellow super hots. You will never be satisfied with regular sauces again. Now, one thing I'm going to say, I'm not picking on Hellfire, because I swear to you, I love Hellfire. I've said since Jump Street, it's one of my favorite sauce companies. And it's a legit, true chili head sauce company. And in a world where there's so many sauces that are made from companies that are just not sauce companies, this one really is. I want you to look really close. In the little square right here are the ingredients. I blew them up and read them, but I want you to see this. And this is not, I'm not knocking them. This is a genius right here. But please look at that, how small. Do you guys even see it? Right here, that's the ingredient list. If you gave, before I read it to you, if you gave all of these ingredients, like in any amounts, you know what I mean, like a ton of them, to a sauce maker and says, make something out of this, I don't think there's anybody that could do with these ingredients what they've done. Listen to this. Pure cane sugar, apricot puree, tomato paste, pineapple, which is pineapple juice, distilled vinegar, honey, molasses, pure maple syrup, pears, which is pear, water, sugar, citric acid, and water, apple cider vinegar, papaya puree, yellow 7-pot peppers mash, which is yellow 7-pot peppers and vinegar, Fatalii pepper mash, Fatalii peppers and vinegar, yellow Scotch bonnet pepper mash, which is peppers and vinegar, Arabica coffee, 100% by the way, soy sauce, water, wheat, soybean, salt, garlic, which is garlic and water, sea salt, lemon juice from concentrate, cinnamon, dry mustard, onion powder, ginger, and black pepper. Do you realize that's like a palette, and that's the paint. Like you got a palette, and that's the paint, and the artist, which is the chef, puts those together. I gotta tell you, I shouldn't. I don't know if I should even. I'm gonna anyway. When we did, let me taste the sauce first because I'm excited about it. But the first sauce that we came out with was Chasey 1, which was Panango. 14 different versions before we got it right. I had a conversation with Merle and one of his best-selling sauces. I said to him, how many versions before you got it right? Because I explained to him how we went through 14 before we got it right he sat down at his table, wrote the ingredients out, the amounts, wrote the recipe down, brought it to the co-packer and said, make this. One shot, never even made it, just wrote it down. This man's a genius. This is not your mama's barbecue. This is pineapple Fatalii. I am Johnny Scoville, and this is. And by the way, how good a pour was that? Can somebody compliment my pour, please? Johnny Scoville, and this is JC. I would have called this barbecue pig bliss. Holy mackerel. Because here's the thing with this. The sweetness from the molasses and the sugar and the maple syrup, unreal. Beautiful sweetness. I'm a sucker, just a diehard sucker for yellow peppers, yellow super hots. I have been forever. It's what I've been saying for so many years. They have a beautiful flavor. They're citrusy, but this is nothing but yellow super hots. And it's... I like pulled pork sandwich on ribs, on wings. It's just such a good sauce. The heat on it from the Fatalii. Fatalii is going to be probably the dominant pepper in the list because there's 3 different peppers. But the heat on it for a non-chili head. If you're somebody who doesn't ever eat anything hot, and you're at a barbecue and you eat this, it'd really be a lot for you. If you're a chili head, it's going to be medium heat. I'm going to give you guys a benefit of the doubt. Medium heat. Something a little bit low, just a hair under medium. But I'm going to say medium because you guys are all chili heads. This is a really, really good sauce. It's got a great little afterburn. But the sweetness, you know, it's funny. You really described it perfectly. Now, here's the funny thing about this. You know what flavor I was looking for when I was tasting that? Look, if you look at the way it's hugging the neck of the bottle, you can just tell. It's just amazing. I was looking for the coffee. and I couldn't really taste it, but it was just, it's one of those ingredients where if you remove the coffee from the list of ingredients, it wouldn't be the same. So I've got, what I'm doing is I'm going through, and I'm not joking. There are probably 1,000 comments where someone says, "Listen, I really want some hot sauce. What can you recommend?" If I had a nickel for every time I said Hellfire, it's one of my favorite sauce companies. I've been saying that for years and years. But I'm going to go through it and review all the sauces that I've reviewed, because a lot of them you guys haven't seen because you just come on, or you just found us because it's super hot or whatever. But this is really, really neat. Now, I'm going to be reviewing this one again. Fear this. One of the scariest. I drank 7 bottles of this in one video. 7 whole bottles, one after the other. I didn't do it with this. I put it in. I really like talking about it. I put it in a bowl, just dumped them out in a bowl with a spoon, just started eating it. And I love Hellfire. It took a couple years. I'm not even trying to be funny. It took a couple years before I was able to eat it after that experience. It was. You know what? I've said this before too. It's probably, I think it's only one of the, yeah, there's a couple. One of only a couple challenges I've ever attempted where I knew before I even turned the camera on that I was going to be it was a failure. I knew I wasn't going to be able to drink 12 bottles of hot sauce, but I sure gave it my best. I did another one for the 1,000 subscriber challenge special. I tried to eat a quart. I think it was a quart of Reaper mash, pure Reaper mash with a spoon, just, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to do that one. But most of them, I set out, I think I can do this. But if I'm 100% honest, when I did this one, I mean, 12, here's the thing about this one. I remember thinking about it. Like, if this were just ketchup, putting 12 things of ketchup in a bowl and eating, it's just a lot. It isn't so much, but if you add the heat to it, it's just a nightmare. All right, so please, people, come visit us at Thunder Bacon Burger tomorrow. My man Lindy, had a great time with him yesterday. He's a deadhead. Tommy and I had been deadheads forever. We've got some surprises for you, so please come out. But 2 o'clock at Thunder Bacon Burger here in Tucson, Arizona. We're having a meet and greet. Can't wait. Please come out. A bunch of you said you're coming out. We're going to have some products from Blazing Foods and some very cool surprises. Bring your cameras. It's crazy stuff's going to happen. But come out to the meet and greet tomorrow, 2 p.m., and we'll see you there. Big ones in the chat for Troy. You know, I love Troy a lot, and this was his best friend, and I can't fathom what Vicky and the kids are going through. So one's in the chat for Steve and Vicky and the kids. We lost Steve last night, but he's in a better place, and Vicky believes it. I believe it. His kids believe it. And that's what matters. I love you guys. You guys are amazing, and you made this whole experience beautiful for me, and thank you for that. All right, so in the description box, you're going to see a link for Hellfire. These guys, please check them out. The great sauce company. Yeah, they do not make a bad. Every single sauce they make, I love. There's not one where I'm like, because every sauce company I know, for the most part, there's one where I'm like, it's not one of my favorites, but I like it. Every sauce they make is a banger. Every one. So please, if you're a chili head and you want a chili head sauce, there's your charge. Check out Hellfire. You won't be disappointed. And also, it's a pretty cool shirt and a super hot reality show. Just saying. Right there is my son. Please make sure you're subscribed. Holy moly. Make sure you're subscribed. YouTube is, just the other day I made a video saying, check to make sure you're subscribed. Since then, people have subscribed and been unsubscribed and emailed me about it. There's a rash of, I don't know what's going on, some sort of a glitch or something. They wouldn't do it on purpose, I don't think, but there's some sort of a glitch. People are being unsubscribed. Check to make sure you're subscribed, please. But that's my son, subscribe to him. That's my brother, subscribe to him. Boy, those are all the challenges, all the dumb, stupid stuff I've done for your entertainment. And you know what? For mine, too. I like this. Pain. I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm kind of saying I like it. Right there. All the stuff for brand new people. Okay? Pepperology, terminology, and how to build a tolerance thoughtfully, carefully, and not hurting yourself. Because here's the deal, people. You can have a tolerance as high as mine and get there If you're really careful, it's going to take time, but you can get there without killing yourself. If you want to do it, the faster you want to get to my level, the more you're going to suffer to get there. But you can get there painlessly. Watch my videos, you'll see how. I love you guys. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this was Chase the Heat.